Go ahead, throw out those ugly, cheap fixtures and upgrade your RV bathroom life. I promise, it'll make you feel refreshed and dignified, and we'll upgrade a few more things along the way. Nope. Yep.
Dibs.
RV showers, a place we spend significant time, but it doesn't mean we need to sacrifice a potentially relaxing experience while we're roughing it. These cheap fixtures are a tragedy and just ruin the whole mood. Besides that, these two knob doohickeys are hard to adjust and waste precious water, especially if you're boondocking and trying to dial in the right temperature, hopelessly watching your liquid gold just drain away. We're going to start by installing this easy to adjust and great looking single handled faucet. Note that the water outlet is on the bottom, which is going to put less stress on the hose to the shower head. This is quite an easy install. Disconnect the old hose from the 99-cent faucet and we'll just kind of dry everything up here a bit. Oh, I got a little excited there. Unfasten it from the wall with these 4 screws. Then we'll just peel this sucker right off the wall, like so. There we go. From the back side, we can go ahead and disconnect the water lines. I hope you've turned your water off by this point and relieved the pressure from your lines. You did do that, didn't you? As you can see, there's just 2 black retaining nuts holding on the 99-cent faucet to the mounting fixture. Simply unscrew these and then the faucet comes right out. At this point, you're free to huck that thing in the garbage. But then I got to thinking, yes, there must be 50 ways to trash your faucet. Just run over to the trash truck, throw it in the can, man. Yeah, throw it in the ditch, Mitch, and enjoy your RV. Bury it in snow, Joe. No need to stress much. Just get yourself clean, and enjoy your RV. Throw the trash, throw it in the can, man. Throw it in the ditch, Mitch, and enjoy your RV. Yeah, just bury it in snow, Joe. No need to stress much. Just get yourself clean, and enjoy your RV. Clean up the mounting fixture by peeling all this old sealant off. Do the same to the wall as well. Next, grab some cleaner and, let's shake the water out of these and get them dry. Then we'll finish cleaning and drying the surface of the shower. Next, grab your sealant. I'm using this generic stuff I got at Ace. Place a bead around your new faucet base. Now we'll carefully center and seat this on the mounting fixture, securing it again with these new black retaining rings. Then we'll place just a thin bead of the sealant on top, just to ensure no water finds its way in because of, gravity. And we'll connect the new faucet back to the main lines. I'm going to turn the water back on, bleed the air out of the lines, and then check for leaks before securing this back to the wall. This is our last chance to avoid a potential leaking disaster. We're pressurized and everything looks good here, so we'll go ahead and make preparations for final mounting. Now's your chance to ensure this mounting base is installed straight. Use your third hand, line it up straight, and drill new pilot holes. Then we'll simply put the screws back in. However, I always hand tighten these to ensure we don't strip the living life out of them. We'll finish this off by installing new sealant around the mounting base. There, this is already looking 126.3% better. Now we'll just need a decent shower head. I purchased this advanced Oxygenics head that has a few different spray settings. It lists all sorts of nifty features and comes with some extra things. We'll start by mounting the new shower head mount. It comes with screws and adhesive. We'll use a combination of both to ensure it stays in place. Remove this old 8-cent mount, clean up the area, and we'll determine what height we want this new one to sit at. I'm trying to reuse one of these original mounting holes. Now we'll drill a new hole so everything lines up properly. And we'll go ahead and seal up the other unused hole from the original bracket. We'll carefully run these screws in here, but wait, let's hand tighten these in so we don't actually strip out the shower wall and mold it into Swiss cheese. There we go. That ought to work. I'm also going to install the shutoff valve I bought from Amazon. This will allow a full shutoff of water since the shower head shutoff will not stop the entire flow. Let's go ahead and attach the included hose from the shower head. We'll ensure we have our washer installed and we'll attach everything together. We will install this on the bottom of the fixture so the little squatches can reach it too. Alright, let's test everything out. Here's the original water-saving Oxygenics shower spray pattern, as well as a few others that should serve other purposes. Now, doesn't this just look relaxing? Note that the shower head doesn't stop the flow for some kind of extra safety, not burn your flesh off reason. However, this new valve is doing exactly what I want it to, and it operates so smoothly too. However, I did notice that this cheap plastic hose included with the Oxygenics shower head is so stiff that it's putting pressure on our new faucet. We need a better hose to relieve this pressure and make the shower easier to use. This is the HammerHead shower hose. It seems to have some good reviews on Amazon, so let's give it a go. You can already tell it's much more flexible, and it also has a great complementary look for our setup. There we go. Much better. Now my RV shower is officially better than my home shower. Well, so this randomly happened during our last outing. The toilet paper roll holder came apart. You can see why this happened, it just was poorly secured. So let's upgrade this to something a little more refined. We need a backer for this holder. I could use a piece of scrap wood, but I didn't have one, so I just found this old metal bracket in the bins of fury. This should be fine. We'll mark out and drill the holes. So this trim piece is interfering and I don't want to cut it. We'll just keep drilling more holes and cover up the old ones. We'll install a couple washers and nuts on the back side. Now we'll go ahead and mount the holder. And there we go, a toilet paper roll holder suitable for royalty. But why stop here? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're going to upgrade our $2.87 sink faucet with this Delta one I found at Lowe's. Note that it is a single handle style, which will help save water while boondocking, especially with the little Bigfoots. But I'm noticing that these two water connections will be an issue, so we'll have to look into getting an adapter.
It comes with a nice lower fitting to cover the traditional hot-cold holes.
Let's go ahead and take out our $2.87 fixture by loosening the retaining nuts. Now we'll just yank this sucker out of here, and we'll throw it in the trash. No song this time.
Oh, I'm out.
So here's our next challenge. There is no center hole yet. This is easily solved. We'll drill a pilot hole like this. Then we'll use an appropriate sized hole cutter and drill this dude out. Bring the fire! Ah, the smell of burnt countertops. Test fit. Ah, very nice. Let's clean everything up and get ready for final installation. We'll seal the base plate with some of the same sealant we used in the shower. And we'll go ahead and install the faucet with this retaining bracket and nut. There we go. We'll need special adapters to adapt the threads from the RV type to the new faucet. A trip down to my local pipe fitting store was in order, and we came up with these nice little guys.
These are 3/8 inch to 1/2 inch MIP adapters.
We'll go ahead and ensure that this attaches to the RV side, and then the faucet side. And as you can see, these fit just fine. I don't think we really need Teflon tape on the RV side since these are plastic fittings with washers, but just cause. And let's snug these together. Now we'll go ahead and attach the RV side. Be careful threading this on since it's plastic to metal. These are easy to cross thread, especially since I put this Teflon tape on. There we go. Just take your time here. Now we'll attach the other side as well.
And we'll go ahead and attach the cold line in the same way.
And because I have terrible luck kinking these type of braided hose lines, yes, I'm speaking from experience here, I'm just going to tuck them up in the bottom of the sink and let them flex where they naturally want to go. I'm sure there's a trick to this, but in the spirit of dibs, we're just going to ignore that. Look at this thing, it looks completely awesome. But let's take this to the next level. How about we dress up the bathroom with some nice stick-on fake tile?
Upgrade it.
I bought these down at the local hardware store. We'll first prepare these by cutting them in half horizontally. We'll also have to remove this corner trim piece so the tile can mesh up properly in the corner. This will take a little knife persuasion. Let's start from the corner and work our way backwards, but first we'll prepare the panels by cleaning them with some rubbing alcohol. To finish it off, let's put a bead of sealant across the bottom. I like to mask these areas off to keep the bead looking professional. But why stop here? Let's install some undercabinet lighting to finish it off. We'll clean the surface and we'll just stick this magnetic strip on. Perfect. Now we have enough lighting to wash our hands and have good visibility to keep this area clean.
However, the next issue is that this is not turning on if there's too much ambient light.
But we want this to come on anytime we're at the sink. We could buy a new set of lights, or we can modify this so that it will come on regardless of the ambient lighting conditions.
Let's modify.
First, we'll disassemble to get access to the photosensor. I'm going to use a small square of electrical tape to cover the sensor. This will ensure the circuitry's science thinks it's dark, so it'll come on anytime it detects motion, regardless of the lighting conditions. Let's reassemble. And we'll test it out. Perfect. After camping, we found that the batteries on the light wore down way too fast because this motion sensor is picking up movement every time we walk by. This is easily solved by covering up part of the sensor with some nail polish. Now we'll go ahead and test. There, much better. Now let's test this whole thing out. Orban! I love paper towel holders in RVs because it takes one more thing off precious counter space, so I purchased this ratcheting model that worked very well in our last RV. There's a few mounting possibilities, such as down low here, but then we have to sacrifice more potential counter space for taller items, so let's consider putting it upright somewhere in this area. I'm having a hard time determining if there is a wall stud behind here, so let's just do a drill test. If all else fails, I have these wall anchors that should do the trick. Rats. I'm not sensing there is anything behind this for a solid anchor, so we'll have to drill these out and use the plastic anchors. Be very careful that we don't actually drill all the way through the wall. These are pretty thin. Next we'll just tap these into place, and we'll just simply screw this holder into place. This isn't going to plan. It's just not feeling solid, so I bought these stronger metal wall anchors. See ya, tap tap. Well, that escalated quickly, and because this kind of repair is so expensive, I opted not to have it painted. So instead, I'm going to install a graphic to hide this little boo-boo. I need something that'll blend perfectly into the trailer so it's practically unnoticeable. Yes, something no one would suspect. Bam! Wyoming camouflage. They'll see me rolling through, and I'll gain immediate respect and acceptance. I will now perfectly blend in with the locals. I'll assimilate in so well, they won't even see me. I'll be able to join their rodeos, their small-town parades, and of course, the annual Jackalope Sprint Triathlon. Evansville! Perfect. But on the inside, I'll have this functional, albeit very expensive, paper towel holder. Funny how such a nice porcelain toilet has such a cheap and flexible seat and lid. Plus, this is ridiculously hard to clean if you have any little male squatches using the bathroom. Regular household toilet seats should work just fine. Be sure to measure to see if your RV has the regular or elongated style. Ours measures about 16.5 inches. You can match up the measurements on the back of this box. For ours, we need the regular size. Let's get this Bemis installed. Look at the difference here in the hinges. Quality is much better. And we got the slow close seat. Watch it close. Still closing. And done. What a relief. Well, I guess only one person is supposed to take a shower in this large 37-foot bunkhouse travel trailer because only one bath towel fits. So let's upgrade this with something a little more practical. I'm going to use an over-the-door model for now. This isn't the one I originally wanted, but I needed something that would fit the narrow space when the door is open. We'll go ahead and take this old one off. And we'll have to take down the door trim piece to get the towel bar mounted over the top of the door. We'll also drill some holes at the top so that this towel bar stays attached properly.
Because this rack is for traditional house door thickness, we need to give it a few spinal adjustments so that it lays flat against our door.
Okay, there we go. Now we'll go ahead and install some Velcro to get this thing not to rattle around and damage the door. We'll just clean up around our mounting surfaces and attach this somehow. But before we finish the install, let's go ahead and align this door properly. Note that there is a large gap here from the factory. Just a few minutes of adjustments up top will solve this. There we go, much better. And we'll go ahead and finish off the install by putting the top door trim piece back in place. Now let's check for any final clearance problems. Yes, this looks fine. And there we have it, a space for everyone's towel. Now one item remains. When it's 2 a.m. and you really have to go, bam! The light is on full power. As we get older, it can become harder to fall back asleep after such an early morning and enlightening bathroom excursion. To solve this problem, I bought these 12-volt RV dimmer switches, and because they don't make a compact built-in dimmer on a double switch like this, we're going to need to use a larger 2-slot panel. We'll first remove the plate, the screws, and pull out the switches. Now I happen to know that the purple wire is the main 12-volt power source, and the pink and brown lead go to the light and fan. Ka-cha! Now we'll prepare the ends for their new connections. Warning, I'm not an electrician. Please follow your specific wiring diagram and recommended method for determining which dimmer leads go to which RV leads. When in doubt, have a professional complete this step. We're going to need a new switch for our fan, and that is going to come from the bedroom switch. We're installing a dimmer in there too, so this switch will be available for reuse. Back in the bathroom, I've marked on the wall where the relocated fan switch will be placed. To ensure that all wiring is completely moved out of the way behind the wall, I'll feel around and loop all the wires out of the way with this zip tie. It's always a good idea to confirm there's no other loose wires straggling behind. Perfect, we're ready to cut. Safety first. Yes, there are better saws to use for this application, but this is all I have at the moment. Test fit. Yes, we're right on target. We'll go ahead and feed our fan leads back through their new home and hook them onto the new switch.
Now, I was thinking this through further, and although this wiring job does technically work, I think we need to search for a true ground to wire it up properly, as we're not getting our full range of light. And because of, well, safety, I pulled down a couple lights in the ceiling to better understand what wires are being used for ground. This white wire indicates ground in the ceiling, so I started looking for a white wire within the wall. And much to my disappointment, there is no white wire. As a bonus, my 221 series Wago wire nuts were just delivered, so I installed them up here on this light. If you haven't tried one of these things before, just do it. They are completely awesome. So to continue my ground search, I removed this beauty hide your mess panel and see there is indeed a slew of wires down here. And since I know that these LED light fixtures are on the exterior of the wall, I can tell that these lights are grounded to the white wire down here too. I just snipped this wire in half, attached one of these Wago connectors, then grabbed the only wire I had in the appropriate gauge and fished the wire through the wall. Now I have an appropriate ground wire to feed this switch as well as the dimmer in the bedroom. Let's go ahead and prepare the new ground wire. Oh, and I also got new wire strippers. And we'll simply insert the ground wire into the Wago connector, just like this. Oh, so solid. I like this. Then we'll just finish up the wiring. Let's test this out. Yes, now we have the full range of brightness. Now we'll go ahead and share the ground wire to the dimmer switch in the bedroom too with this lead. Now we'll stuff everything back in the wall and complete the install.
Note that I'm using shorter screws as I have them available. This may prevent the wires from rubbing on the sharp bits in the wall. And there we have it, a surprisingly simple way to preserve your sleep. So I have come to the realization that this bathroom is now officially, well, better than the one in my house. But that's okay, because this is our mobile vacation home. It's good to treat yourself right when you're vacationing. That's one reason why we like going on RV trips in the first place. So go ahead, upgrade your bathroom, and enjoy some of the finer things in RV life.
Just run over it with the truck, Chuck. Throw it in the can, man. Yeah. Throw it in the ditch, Mitch, and enjoy your RV. Buried in the snow, Joe. No need to stress much. Just get yourself clean, Dean, and enjoy your RV. Just run over the truck, Chuck. Throw it in the can, man. Throw it in the ditch, Mitch, and enjoy your RV. Yeah, just bury it in the snow, Joe. No need to stress much. Just get yourself clean, Dean, and enjoy your RV. That's all you get.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. We work really hard on these films and would like to spread the word of the nonsense we do here. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.